Hey guys, Bilingual Duelist here, and today I wanted to show you a few ARS cards I got back from Japan. And yeah, we are going through all of these. I have about 30 cards in total. So without further ado guys, let's have a look at what ARS graded for us this time. Some of these cards are for sale, some of these are from you guys who wanted me to submit these cards. And we are going to start with some old school Yu-Gi-Oh cards here. We have a beautiful Jinzo in Ultimate Rare here. This card was a card I just wanted to grade for myself, see what it gets. The goal was to get a 9 actually, but we got an 8. And I have already seen the grades unfortunately, which takes away a little bit of the surprising element for me at least. But yeah, I couldn't resist and check the grades. We have a beautiful Japanese golem here from the Lost Millennium, and also this guy got an 8. And this submission and also the last submission guys, I have the feeling that ARS got quite more strict on the grading itself. These were actually pretty clean in my opinion, but for the Cyber End Dragon at least we got a 9 this time. Alright, I thought we got an 8 again here. Cyber End Dragon 9. And I graded a lot of 5Ds as well, because I really wanted to have a 10 for one of these Black Roses. But yeah, this Black Rose Dragon here got a 9, which is kind of unfortunate. These were the best copies I had. And the other one also, let's have a look at the grade here for this one, got a 9 as well. So very unfortunate, and also these guys are quite good centered. You can check this one as well. For ARS, like a lot of you guys know by now, the centering is not part of the evaluation for the grade, because this is not a damage, right? If the factory cuts the card, it comes in a booster pack. This is nothing considered to be damage. PSA thinks otherwise. They think that actually a 9 unfortunately, that actually the aesthetic of the card is influenced by the centering, which I totally agree with, to be honest. Which is why I only grade, or usually I only grade well-centered cards with ARS for my own collection, because I need these cards to be centered at least to a certain degree. But we got totally screwed with these 5D submissions, because we got all 9s. Alright, let's continue with a GX Classic here, the Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8. And this card, this card got a 7. I was super surprised to see that this is a 7, because I was never so wrong grading a card. Because guys, I wouldn't grade this if I knew this would be a 7, but this got a 7. I have no idea what's the issue with this card. I totally trust ARS grading. A lot of people are like complaining about grading card companies, whether it is PSA, ARS, BGS, CGC, whatever. And they say like the cut was flawless, and then they show to the camera that there's no widening, etc. But guys, did all these YouTubers and professionals, did they check their card with like magnifying glasses with different kinds of light sources? Like, yeah, this got an 8 unfortunately. No, they probably didn't. And this is why I think, yeah, with raw eyes you can't see certain damage which the grading companies are able to see. Obviously there's also some room for errors, because it's like graded by humans, but yeah, in a general sense I really trust ARS's grading. So this is the last card for the current batch, and this is an Asian English Rottweiler here. Very cool card to own, and this guy got an 8. Yeah, a little strict I would say. This card only had a little bit of whitening on the top right corner. Yeah, maybe on the top left corner as well. So yeah, an 8 is okay, but I think this could have easily been a 9 as well, because otherwise this card was pretty much flawless. Yeah, but this is basically how strict ARS is. This is a card I bought, by the way. This is a PSA slab, which is going to be cracked, because I don't like PSA slabs at all. They don't protect your cards, and yeah, protection of the cards is the #1 reason why I want them to be in a slab. And yeah, PSA just sucks at it. Let's just say it. Alright, next box guys. A lot of cards to go through today. Yeah, we have some Pokemon as well this time around. So we have the Pikachu with grey felt head. This is a card for my personal collection. This was an AOG 9 and it got an ARS 9 again. So I'm super happy with this card. Very pleased to have this in a 9 in an ARS lab. So yeah, nothing to complain here. Super happy with this one. Next up, another card for my personal collection. Oops, these are like upside down. 1 second. A card for my personal collection, which is the Alakazam from the base set in Japanese. One of the cards I really wanted to have when I was in 1st and 2nd grades in elementary school. And yeah, I bought this a couple years back in Japan. These are still quite cheap and affordable, but they look amazing, I would say. And this guy got an 8. Absolutely happy with the grading, and this will go straight into my own collection. And as you can see, both of these are well centered, which is important for my private personal collection. Alright, we have a Blackluster Soldier. Beautiful card. This is like an amazing card, and if you're hearing some sounds in the background, this is my dog walking around. Don't mind it. This card I got totally screwed. This got also a 7. And I actually thought this could be an 8 or 9. Honestly, I think this should have been a 9, which is at least why I graded it. But yeah, ARS saw something I didn't see, and they knocked it down to 7. Very unfortunate, but it is what it is. Alright, continuing with the Beast Skull Dragon Ultimate Rare here. And this card is a card sent in by a customer. He will be very happy with a 9, I guess, seeing this return. But yeah, he got a 9 for this Beast Skull Dragon, which is a super good grade. And next up we have the Demog, Dark Magician of Chaos here. Also the same person submitted this card, and he got an 8 for this one. So at least he got 1 9. I think he can be very happy, because as you can see, we didn't even score a single 10 here. Alright, let's move on to a very big card, because we have no other than the Dark Magician Girl, 1st edition from Magician's Force, and this is actually the US print, not the Asian English. Very big card, and yeah, it was very clean when we checked it together, and yeah, we got an 8 here. Unfortunately, I think this could have gotten a 9, but yeah, somewhat ARS gave this an 8. Yeah, again, I am totally trusting their grading, and TCG cards tend to have more damage because they are more fragile than OCG cards. So unfortunate that this beautiful girl only got the 8 here. Also the centering looks pretty damn awesome on this. Yeah, very unfortunate. Next up we have another English card, but this time around it's the 2nd Asian English card of the submission. We have the Cyber Barrier Dragon, and I bought this card for a customer in Akihabara. And it was a 9 worthy card, so it was minty, and I thought we have a small chance at a 10, and we got the 9 here. And with the 9 I'm perfectly satisfied. An 8 would have been very harsh, and I would have been very disappointed if this got an 8. But yeah, the gradient between a 9 and a 10 is slim, so yeah, this happened to be a 9, but the person who asked me to acquire this card is still very happy with the result. Alright, next up another submission by a customer, which is a Pokemon card, which is the Latias EX Delta Species. Beautiful card, really like this. This is the first German card, or one of the first German cards I graded with ARS. And this card is from his childhood, from my customer's childhood, and it scored an 8, and he was super happy that he was able to get an 8. Alright, my very first One Piece card here. I think this is the manga rare of Ruffy. And yeah, this card is actually our very first 10 for the submission. And the person is absolutely stoked to get this as a 10. Yeah, very happy that we were able to get at least 1 10 in this batch. And we are moving on to the final batch here, guys. Another 10 slabs. Let's have a look. So we are going back to the OCG and the old school Japanese Ultimate Rares. We have none other than the Summon Skull here, Ultimate Rare. Again, I graded these partially for maybe selling them, partially for my own collection. Well centered, as you can see. This guy got an 8. Probably this could go into my collection, we'll see. I'm not sure, I don't have a Summon Skull yet. For the Dark Paladin, I've already gotten a 10, so this is most likely for sale, and we got a solid 8. I think 8s are very good pickups value-wise, because they're not too expensive, still very clean cards, and as far as I can see, for example, for this one there is no whitening, so in a slab it will look perfectly fine, and since the grade is on the back, yeah, it is a perfect display piece. Alright, yeah, a few tries for some 5Ds Ghost Rares as well. Yeah, let's have a look. This Black Rose Dragon, man, I've graded I think 1 or 2 in the past already, always only 9s, never were able to get a 10. Will we be able to score a 10, see a 10 finally in an ARS case? No, I have to try another day. Only an 8, yeah, a little sad to be honest, but alright. We got an 8, at least not a 7. Then we have the other counterpart, which is the Stardust Dragon. In the last submission I was able to get a 10 for this, and this time around, guys, I got a 9. Totally happy with this, and this will probably go to my collection for now. This card is the first print of the Dark Magician in the OCG, which is the Volume 1 1999 print. Unfortunately off-centered, as you can see, but yeah, for these older volume cards there is a very high likelihood that these are off-centered, so yeah, you can't really help it. Well-centered cards are quite hard to find, and yeah, this will probably be for sale. And we got an ARS 8 for this guy, so yeah, solid grade, a solid card for the collection, and budget-wise not too expensive because it is just an 8, so if you guys are interested, hit me up on Instagram for an offer. Alright, this card is from another customer, my first customer from Australia, who was able to meet up with me in Japan, and he wanted his DDS Dark Magician to be graded. I've never seen this card myself. This card went through my middleman in Japan directly, so yeah, I couldn't say anything about the condition. We got a 7, which is somewhat solid, but an 8 would have been better. But again, I couldn't see the card raw, and I also see some scratch on the holofoil here, so probably a justified grade. Yeah. Alright, next up we have an iconic GX card, which is the Cyber Dragon from Cybernetic Revolution. And let's see what this guy got. And yeah, this is the first 10 for Yu-Gi-Oh! Very happy to have this card back. I've already graded 2 Cyber Dragons in the past as 10s. This is my third one. I think I have a very good connection to the Cyber Dragon. Third 10, and probably this one will now stay in my collection. Next up, another 5D Stardust Dragon. We already saw 2. And this is the last one I have in this submission, and we got the 10 finally, guys. So I got the Stardust Dragon Ultimate Rare as a 10, which is super nice. A well-centered copy in an ARS 10 is like the holy grail for me. Would take this always over a PSA 10 copy. Very beautiful card. Very happy that yeah, I got at least 2 10s in this submission for Yu-Gi-Oh! Then our third and final Asian English card, which is a Mystic Swordman level 2, and Soul of the Duelist, guys, is one of the best cards to have from the Asian English release, because yeah, the holofoil is just on a whole different level, and there is no other release coming close to this, yeah, to this relief, to this print, and how many things are going on this card. This card got a 7, which is totally justified. There is a few spots of whitening here and there, and I just wanted to have this slabbed so I can put it on my display shelf. Alright, and we started with a Jinzo, and we are going to end this submission with another Jinzo. Yeah, always a classic to see this card. I love the background, very cool colors here, and the final card of today's submission, guys, got a 9. Which is very good. This will also probably go into my personal collection. And with that being said, guys, we are done with this huge ARS submission, and I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys, and I will continue to post these ARS submissions because these are actually fun, and I love showcasing these cards to you guys. Yeah, hope you enjoyed, guys, and that we will see us very soon on the channel again. Let's see what kind of video I'm going to produce. Just in case you're wondering where I've been, I'm just not that motivated to make Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos at the moment. It's a different discussion, and maybe I will record a video with the face cam as well, because I really wanted to talk a little bit about the current Yu-Gi-Oh! How it is in the OCG and also in the TCG. It's the same story, and why I'm not that motivated to make any new videos, which is kinda unfortunate, but yeah, as you might have saw, or yeah, this is a small teaser, and I'm actually getting hooked by Pokemon a little bit in the recent months, and maybe there will be a little bit more of Pokemon content in the future. We'll see. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed, see you soon, and have a great weekend.